everybody. Hello. I thought for a minute I would wander around the cemetery. I'm at Mount Olivet right now. I would wander around and let you guys kind of see this a little bit as I wander. There are a couple that I wanted to go look at. But anyways, I just thought I would let you guys explore with me for a minute. So hopefully you'll enjoy being out here. This is Percy Warner. If you're in the Nashville area, you know this name because there's Percy Warner Park. And I told y'all the story before where he had a jewel thief that actually broke into his house, and they were all downstairs eating dinner, and they didn't notice them until they were gone. The maid actually, or the nanny, she heard something, but she just thought Mrs. Warner came back upstairs to get some of her jewels, and they found the case for her jewels laying out on the bed. And it seems like they just shimmied on down the columns. I mean, we see it in the movies. I guess it really did happen in real life. But anyways, this is Percy Warner. Let's just go see what we can find, guys. And it gets kind of loud here sometimes, like that honk that you just heard. I was sitting in my car, and this one over here really caught my attention. And y'all probably can't see, but we're going to go check that one out because it looks like someone sporadically cleaned it, or I'm not sure what's going on with that one. So let's go take a look. I hope you guys are having a good Sunday. I finally am where I can explore again and take videos. So I've been videotaping all afternoon. I'm about to leave, but wanted to take you guys with me in the meantime because I don't ever go live. So just thought it would be a nice way to get back into the swing of things. Hopefully you guys can see this one. Oh, I know what this one is. I don't know why it looks like that, though. This is the Wayless Monument. And this is the gentleman he died overseas. And at that time, they were not allowing them to bring the bodies back because we were at war. So his wife put him in a piano box and brought him back. So this is, like I said, this is the Wayless Monument. But I'm not sure why it looks like it. It looks like it's kind of odd the way that it's cleaned on that. Didn't notice that the first time I was here, but y'all can really see that, I believe. And then I've got to show you one of my favorites while we're over here. And it sits over here in the shade. I think it's pretty when the light dapples down on the grave. Oh, there's a turkey. Okay, so I don't want to be I don't know how mean they get. Do you guys see it? See the turkey right there? And I'm sorry, right now I can't see your comments because it's bright and whatnot. Let's see if we could go around the turkey. I'd rather not tick the turkey off. It's a lady. It's a lady turkey, I do believe. She's got the beard. Oh, nope, she notices me. Let's detour here. Go see what else we can find. I don't want to be flogged. They have spurs, and that would not feel good. Keeping my eyes on the turkey. Make sure she keeps moving that way while I'm moving this way. We'll be all good. This is an interesting one that I've come across before. I haven't had a chance to research it, but I think it's really interesting. It's interesting because something has just shattered that urn on top in half, but it's huge. So to give you guys an idea of how tall it is, right here is probably, I don't know, close to 5 feet tall. I'm only 5'2" or 5'1". It's gonna give myself an extra inch, and it's almost as tall as I am. So now that she's over there, we can come over here and I can show this to you guys. Hello, everybody. Now I'm in the shade. Now I can kind of see. They're not mean. Oh, I love them, and we have them everywhere here in Tennessee. She's over there, but I don't think I'm that brave, But I'm glad they're not mean. I would really rather not run into a mean creature out here. I wanted to show you guys little Horace's grave. And I've always thought this is such a pretty area to be buried. I love the way that the light plays on the graves here. And Horace's mama was Lucinda. But isn't it pretty? One of my favorite places. I need to come back with my good camera and take a really good photograph of it. But they say little Horace down here. And this is an area, y'all, that I really do need to do some more exploring in. I really haven't done nearly enough filming in this area of the cemetery. Hello to everybody. I am no longer working, if you just joined, I'm no longer working 16-hour days, 6 days a week, so I'm able to get out here and film some now, which is good. So I have been filming all day. I got here at about 10 o'clock this morning, and it is about 2, I think. And so lots of filming has happened. I did take a lunch break, though. Let's be honest, I did take a lunch break and just a little break. This is a pretty grave, pretty stone. It says mother on this one, and I believe it says father on the one that's on that side. But it looks like somebody's been out here messing with the graves. That's something that I have noticed this time being out here, and it's been a couple months, is that clearly some active vandalism has been going on. So let's go up here in between and see if we can take a look here and see who this is. So this is, this is hard to read. That's who this is. Let's go over on this side and see if we can find out from this side. Maybe this will be easier. There you go, Hayes. Henry Hayes, 1832 to 1884. And Mary Lemira, that's an interesting name, pretty. 1836 to 1875. Oops, sorry guys. Wasn't in frame. I apologize. And there's more to this stone. Here's another one that's been toppled over. Really kind of getting annoyed by the amount of vandalism that's gone on here in the cemetery recently. How pretty is this though? I love that shape. And there are several, I'm skirting in between graves, so don't worry. But this is a big family. All of these belong to this stone right here. And I am staying up close to the stone, so I'm not on any grave. So this has got to be Lemira Hayes, I think. 1858 to 1880. And Rachel, 1859 to 1860. Oh, that's sad. So, all right, let's see what else we can find. Here's some more Hayes graves too here. And these are the Boyds. Boyd is a big name back in the past here in Nashville. The Boyds were a big family. A very respected family back in the day. Let's see what else we can find here. Again, we have more vandalism. Vandalism, or the tree came down, but that tree doesn't look like one that's going to let go of branches that would mess it up. I love that this cemetery has all these different vases in it. So where is everybody from that's joining me here today? Where are y'all from? Let me know where you guys are. Absolutely. We have the DePriest family. Here is one that you guys will like. Once again, very sad. Little baby, very ornate grave for a baby. But this is little Boyd. And you can see, hopefully, and I'll step forward here. They have the little baby on top of the bed in here. This is little Boyd. Give me just a second, I'm gonna turn you, and hopefully you guys can see the ornate that's up inside as well. This is Boyd Williams. A very affluent family, clearly. Born July the 8th, 1858, and died January the 19th, 1859. So, poor baby. Wasn't very old. You can see the beautiful flowers on top. This is one that you can find photographs of online. Absolutely you can, because it's so ornate, and thankfully nobody has messed with this one. They've left it alone. Probably because it's a baby's grave. Let's see. What else can we find? Ouch. Trying to keep an eye out for where it went, the turkey went. All right, and then we have the Ewing family. Ewings are big here in the cemetery too, but guys, in my research, I'm not finding out a lot about the Ewings. So they were a family that, while there were a bunch of them, they kind of flew under the radar to a certain extent. Really interesting. William Fox, 1857 to 1921. Dr. John Ewing, 1800 to 1826. Wow. He was really young. And they have all of these, in this particular branch of the family, have these on top. So you know for sure you're not walking on any of the graves. There's the shrouded urn at the top. I'm gonna wander over here for you guys. Can you guys see on this one? And I don't know if I can zoom in on Alive. No. Yes, I can. Oh, hot darn. Can you see the flames at the top of that stone? You see the eternal flames up there? Let's see if I can zoom back out so that you're not crazy close when we get over here. This is a very, very ornate one. Not sure who this is, so let's find out. This is Louise Douglas Smiley, 1851 to 1865. So she was 14 when she passed away. And then I'm gonna step in the shade here. We have another Smiley. Can you guys see this? I hope. Have in memory of Robert. This is Robert Smiley, erected by his children, born August the 17th, 1821, died November 7th, 1854. Once again, he was really young. And then this is Lizzie Boyd Smiley, 1849 to 1850, and Frank Lattimore. Lattimore is a big name in Nashville. Smiley. Just says died, so probably this was a baby that died. I'd have to go and do some research to confirm that though. But here, I'll let you guys see from here. We'll go all the way to the top. You can see the ornate up there. And you've got the oak leaves and the acorns. You've got the eternal flame on this one. So all kinds of symbolism in this one. See what else we can find. And y'all, I'm going to stay away from the Confederate graves. I don't agree with what they stood for, but I'm just not for vandalism no matter what. So if that makes me unpopular, so be it. But I'm not going to be big on the vandalism. Go head towards the turkey. There's some folks coming, so they're going to think I'm insane. I may be quiet for a minute. So are you guys there? Yes. Say hello, guys. Hello, hello. Please say hello and let me know you're watching. And that you can hear me. It says new messages. Hang on. Oh, there is. Lots of Boswells or Averys. I have not seen a lot of Boswells, and I have seen some, but I wouldn't say a lot. Awesome. Hello, hello. I'm sorry. It was holding my messages. Weird. England. Hi, hello. Daytona Beach. Hello. Knoxville. Hello. I don't know why it was holding my messages, guys. I'm so sorry. All right. So let me take you down here. She has moved on a little bit. She's kind of playing the dance with me of, oh, you're coming over here, I'm leaving. And I know, not me, still. Keep a respectful distance. This is Hope. This is Brutus. And Brutus is actually just a grave that I stumbled upon. Never would have guessed that he was an author, but he was an author. His stuff's up at the Library of Congress. He was regarded as one of the best authors and writers in Nashville. He actually did some articles back in his day for the newspaper. And after they told him before he died, they were like, hey, you need to collect all these stories. And I'm sorry about the wind, guys. We have a cold front coming through, so if it's windy, I'm so sorry. But anyways, they said, hey, you need to collect all your stories and put them in a book. And then he died unexpectedly, and he never did it. So people here in the community actually put it together and made it book form and sold it. And it sold pretty well. And like I said, it's up at the Library of Congress now. So that's kind of a cool story about this. What really stood out to me, because otherwise I probably would have walked past it like a lot of people, is the Brutus at the top. I mean, that's just not a name you hear a lot, so it caught my eye. But a really neat story about this gentleman here. Now, if you look up Mount Olivet here in Nashville, you're going to see these. These are the mausoleums that are built into the hillside. I gave y'all a peek at one point on my YouTube channel inside of these, because if you come up next to them, you can actually see inside of them. Kind of have an idea of what they look like. Maybe I'll try to run down there and see if you guys can see anything before my battery dies here on me, because I know it's going to. Let's run down here and see what we can see, if I can show you inside these real quick. It's a little bit steep, so give me just a second. Yay, I made it down and didn't fall. So this is Mr. Nickel. Mr. Nickel was a jeweler. He's got, this is Augustus Nickel. His daughter Daisy is buried here. And he had one child that remained. He had 3 kids, 2 of which died within the same year. They were actually placed in the receiving vault for a period of time, and the 1886 is when they were moved into this vault. At that time, 2 of his children were moved from the receiving vault into this one. And like I said, he had 1 child that remained. That child actually went on to name their daughter after Miss Daisy, who was buried in here, which would have been his sister. Not the seniors, but the kiddos' sister. And this is Gardner. This is 1861. Let's see. I always have to look up here for snakes to make sure nobody's sunning themselves. And this is one I can get up to without... Here, I'll let you see. Gardner, 1861. This is not one that's got that. I'll put you up here. Let you take a peek in here. Hopefully you can see some inside. Let me step up here so that you can see in there. Hopefully you can kind of see in this one. And it echoes. It echoes. Can you guys hear the echo? We'll go down here. Cryptor had this little flexible camera when he does some of his cemetery explorations, and I so wish I had one of those, because I think you guys could see in these really well. They have some... Okay, those were leaves. I just jumped a little bit, okay? Just left my body for a moment. It's like, ah, what's here? All right, this is the one that you can really see interesting stuff, but this one is the one that makes me the most nervous. It's falling apart the worst, but make sure no snakes. And you can see that, in fact, the ground here is also falling apart. Thank you for the donut. Sorry, I can see things when I get in the shade, but let me put you up here. Let me let you take a peek inside. Hopefully you guys can see inside. Oop, hold on. You guys see in there? Like I said, this is the one that's falling apart the worst. The mausoleum pieces are built into the sides, like either side of this. But you can see this is in serious need of repair. Somebody needs to come along and get a preservation grant and start putting it back, because even this is crumbling. And the other one here is pretty similar, only it's not crumbling nearly as badly. You can see on this one though that these were originally, you know, the stone is just a facade and it's a brick. It's brick back in there. What worries me is, are these pieces going to come down and fall on my head? So this is William Calhoun. Let's see if I can get up in here. I'll let you take a peek in here. Hopefully you can see in there. A second here. Let you take a peek in on that side too. I don't know if you guys can see anything or just black, because I'm short and this is probably about 6.5 feet up. All right. Hopefully you got to see in there. Let me know, were you guys able to actually see anything when I put it up against? Very cool. Yes, you were able to? Good. I'm thinking that I'll come back down at some point. I'm gonna try to go back up the steep embankment and not fall on my face. I'm thinking, sorry guys, I'm having to concentrate. This is really steep. I'm thinking that what I'll do is I actually will come back and videotape in there and then tell y'all the stories about there too. I'm gonna start to head back towards the carve. It's gonna take me a minute, but let's see what we can find on the way back. Y'all will keep me company, I'm sure, on the way back. Oh me, that's a steep little hill. Lots of birds here today too. Good one. One of y'all said it was peaceful here. It is terribly peaceful here. I love it. As long as the wackadoodles keep their distance, I'm really good with it. That tree looks like it's had better days, doesn't it? We're gonna end up having to take that one down. Or did it already come down? Let's go look. Ooh, some of it already came down. Okay. The Norvell family. I'm sorry guys, that hill was just, whew. The Norvell family, I've been doing a little research, trying to find a good story about them for you guys. There's something red that went across my screen. Once again, I'm in the sun, so I can't see. Work my way up here to the I don't know what it was. I was in the sun. I can't see when I'm in the sun. Here, I'll let you guys look. The Tarbacks family, that's one I'm researching. I haven't really researched the Marr family yet. The Norvell family I'm researching. I think this one's an interesting, the Goodbar family. What I think is most interesting is that this grave is put here, this marker is put here from his friends. When you walk over here, there's nothing on it, guys. All I have is Goodbar. So I'll have to look that one up. Because there's no marker on the ground here. Just this from his friends. which is really sweet of them. I just wish they put his name on it. But his, hers, maybe it's a her. So let me show you this too that I discovered. We have this huge tree, and then underneath here, we have little hidden graves in here. Cool, right? Doesn't look like they're actually hurting it. If anything, they're probably protecting it to a certain extent. But little hidden oasis down under there. Oh, wow is right. Look at this. I think, unfortunately, it's time for that tree to come down. I don't like taking down trees. I'm a big fan of trees, but this one is a problem. Thankfully, it came down next to this very, very elaborate stone. It doesn't look like it really damaged it. This is the stone that becomes so controversial anytime I show it, because somebody has cleaned the angel, or she's not an angel, but the lady with the anchor in it. Here. Oh wow, it did hit the stone. So the lady with the anchor here, but look, it did hit this. I don't know when it came down. It looks fairly fresh. We had some storms last night, so it may have come down last night in the storms. Although it looks like it kind of went in between. It didn't really hurt it too badly. Nothing that can't be easily enough fixed. Wow. Came down between that. Excuse me. And these other family stones. That didn't come down in a storm. That's a clean cut. They took that down. Part of it did break, but some of this is clean cut. But this is one of the most elaborate ones here too. I'll show you guys. It would be really, really sad because this is leaning, that other tree is leaning straight for this one. It'd be really sad if it hit this one because I don't think it would survive it. I think it would do a lot of damage to it. So you guys can see this one here. This one used to have a sculpture in the middle, guys, and I don't know where the sculpture went. I don't know if it was stolen. I don't know if they just took it down for the time being, but there used to be a sculpture right in, it sat right in there. You can see up here too, I'll show you. The elaborate, just like with Little Boyd's grave, they have the elaborate in there. It's really beautiful and very ornate, but as you can see, that tree is aiming straight for it. So I expect they'll come and take that tree down and be careful with it, because you've got all these gorgeous graves all the way around it. This would be the best place for it to fall. Maybe they can get it to fall there. Let me get back to the shade so I can see what you guys are saying. I'll take you over here to the Megavik graves. This is a very, very big family, and I'm going to talk to the cemetery and see if I can find out what the layout, because I know they're not going to let me in the vault or in this mausoleum, but I'd love to know what the layout is because of how many people are listed on the front of it. I just want to know, like, how's it designed? Because there are no windows to give me any kind of clue about it. But let me see what you guys are saying. It is gorgeous. Yes, I agree. The plaque on that one is hard to read. I will have to look that up. Okay, so let me go show you the Megavik Mausoleum and family graves. Let's run over here. So this is the back of it, just so you guys can see. And there are no windows in it anywhere. So there's no way for me to know exactly what the layout is. Just kind of have to do best guess. And like I said, I'll have to ask at the cemetery. My guess for this one, guys, the door is right here. Although, in all reality, it looks like there could have been a door right here at one point. But it was bricked over, or it was covered over. So my guess is that it goes straight back in here, and then you have all the pieces there. You have all of the, all of the crypts in here, in this middle part. But they can't be right, because then you'd have to put them, what, 3 deep? Of course, there are that many folks in here, so maybe that's how they did it. I don't know. But you can see here, we have all of these folks, and then you have Hugh, and you have the children. I think I counted one time and there were like 10 folks. More than 10 probably. Then you have all of these. And the way that they have covered over these doors, there's no peeking. No peeking at all inside. You can see it's just kind of a speckledy. So you can't see inside at all. And then that isn't all of the family. So then the rest of the family are all here with these very uniform graves. And what's interesting to me about that is the fact that you would think that mom and dad are in here, right? Like they would have set it up and whatnot, but no. It appears that the oldest of the family are right here. That we have Jacob, who died in 1879, and we have Louisa, who died in 1878, are right here. And then these are all family back in here. And then you've got, you can get a good distance look at the mausoleum, the family mausoleum. So I'm not at all sure, just isn't quite the way arranged, quite the way I would have thought. But, you know, I'm good with whatever they decided to do. I have no preference. I'm just here to enjoy. I'll take you over here. There's actually a there's actually a sculpture of what the gentleman looked like over here. I'll take you over here and let you take a peek. Oh, I'm back in the shade. I can see. Bury feet down sometimes. I haven't seen that. It is a big family. I'm so glad you love history. I love history too. Oh, thank you for the flowers. That's very, very sweet. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. This is Edward Manlove, 1852 to 1894. I'm not sure who Edward was. This is great. And then we'll go over to the sculpture. This is Clemens Johnson's family, and it says, "Lest we forget." Hopefully you can see that. Let's see if I can get it to focus a little bit better. So we have William, Mary, Smiley, John, go away bug, Lydia, Ellen, Cecilia, and Matilda. It's a big family too. All right, so here we go. This is Henry Brown. You guys can see, I'm gonna have to get closer. Lots of branches down. You can definitely tell that storm came through last night. Come up here and go around. Here you go. This is what he looked like. He's a handsome guy, right? His wife actually erected this to his memory because she was so heartbroken. It's a very elaborate grave. Maybe if I step this way, maybe that'll help with the light. There we go. Get the sun off of it that way. So this is Henry, y'all. This is actually what Henry looked like. So when you come up to this one, you get to see him. But it says, "In loving memory of my husband." And then a whole lot more down in here. Come around to the back side, and it has his whole name, Henry Calloway Brown. And then we have the lady at the top. So you can see her. And you can definitely tell we have a cold front coming through with the wind. Let's just take another quick peek at him. But this is actually him. I think it's kind of cool when they do that because then you really get to know what they look like, and I really do like that. All right. Now, this is a unique one over here. I actually got to add some of these in to find a grave because they weren't up there, and it always shocks me. We have these old graves, and we have these folks who are very territorial on Find a Grave about adding people. And then you come up to a big monument like this one, It always just shocks me when they're not added. Not everybody's added. It's like, oh, I want just the main person, and I'm not going to add the others. But as you can see, it goes way up in there. I have to get closer. You guys can see, I mean, it goes way up in there. But not everybody was added into Find a Grave, which is sad because that's how folks find their families. If you've never used findagrave.com, it's a fantastic website. It's free. You can look up where your family is. You can research genealogy on it. And then if you have folks like me who add stories in, then you can also see the stories of your families. I actually transcribe a lot of obituaries into that. Even if I'm not the memorial manager, I transcribe a lot, just so that families can actually find that information, because not everybody has access to all those old obituaries. Yeah, I love Find a Grave too. Yeah, these are a lot of, we're actually in the rich part of Mount Olivet. There is actually a less affluent part that's way back over there. And that's kind of where I've been today, because I wanted to tell you guys some stories and some people that maybe you wouldn't know otherwise. And I have been researching a whole new thing where I'm going to take you guys. I'm so excited about this. So I'm really excited about this. And I know you're having to look at me instead of at the graves, but I have been researching downtown Nashville and some of the saloons and some of the gentlemen's quarters and some of the drama that went on from about 1900 to about 1915. And I'm so excited. I'm going to take you guys downtown and show you these buildings because they're still there. They're actually on 4th Avenue, which was Cherry Street back then. But let me tell you, the drama that went on. And some of the graves I'm going to have to actually ask the cemetery where they are. Calvary Catholic is over here, way off in the distance over here. It sits right up next to Mount Olivet. And there was a gentleman that was an owner of one of those saloons in downtown Nashville, and he committed suicide. And so his gravestone says he's buried in Mount Olivet because, of course, the Catholic Church would not allow him to be buried on their consecrated ground because of the way that he died. And it says a good Catholic. So in my mind, I would say that he's probably buried along the edge of Calvary Catholic and Mount Olivet. It would make the most sense to me. But I have looked and looked today and haven't found him. So I'm going to have to actually ask for some help in trying to find him. Sorry. I get excited about these stories. And there are a lot more details. I'm just telling you like little tidbits right now. But a lot more details coming. But still. The stuff in the gentleman's quarter. I mean, we had U.S. presidents down there. We had major players in society in Nashville that were down there. We had the soiled doves, so to speak, the prostitutes that were down there. Just all kinds of stuff. It's a gold mine of stories. There's one that's very elaborate. This is John Donaldson. But his grave and his family's graves, we have moles around here, is very, very elaborate. It would be a real shame if someone were to come along and do something to this one. Always my fear when I show you guys some of these is that somebody will be mad and come and do something stupid and we'll lose the art. All right, here you go. Whew, I gotta hide back in here. You can see these very elaborate Lapice, L-A-P-I-C-E. Ooh, died in New Orleans, probably of yellow fever. What do you want to bet? 1829? 1929. Maybe not a yellow fever then. Miss Watson. Burgundy. Huh, that's an interesting way to spell it. She also died in New Orleans. Okay, so the Watson family, I'm going to have to find out what was going on. Why did they go to New Orleans and then get buried back here? Ooh, de Burgundy. Burgundy, Lapice de Burgundy. So she was Burgundy? Oh dear. 1904. And this is Mary Florence. And they all went to Louisiana. I'm gonna have to find out what went on with that. So, La Piece de Burgundy. Very pretty grave. It's one I've never really looked at. Huh. Hopefully y'all are still with me. All right, let's see, we've got a Robertson grave here. Something else to note, guys, is look, this has been cleaned. Now, Mount Olivet has this weird rule, and I've got to talk to them, and I've got to go in when they're actually here. But they want, it's not a weird rule. I think it's a way to make sure that they have funds to continue to go on with the cemetery here, because it is such a large cemetery, but they want you to pay them to clean some gravestones. They don't want you to come in and clean them. So in my mind, I need to be like certified by one of the gravestone cleaning folks and then ask. So I'm kind of working through that process before I approach them, because I want to make sure when I go that I have the best chance of them telling me yes, so that hopefully I can clean some graves here. But if you notice, I say all that to show you, if you notice here, that's very clean. And then if you notice right here, somebody's been in here cleaning some of these. I noticed several bright white ones. Not quite sure who's been here cleaning, but some of these have definitely been cleaned in the last couple of months. Take a look at this tree. This tree has been here a long time. This magnolia. It's gorgeous. It's probably a couple of 100 years old. This thing is massive. Trying to walk under it's an adventure too. Tell you what, I'm going to take you guys down to the Furman grave. Y'all love the Furman grave. And I have not forgotten that one. I don't know if I can cut across country with all of the, just so you guys can see, all of the pieces from the magnolia tree. I am actually going to do, and this one I can't do on TikTok, guys, because I just can't do it in that short amount of time. The amount that went on with the, pretty emotionally, they died in a very, very, like, emotional way, in a very, very stressful way. My phone is down to 20%, so I'm going to warn y'all, I'm going to have to go here in a minute because it's going to die on me, and there's nothing I can do. But this is the Furman grave, and they are actually buried in the ground out here rather than up inside, because some of y'all have asked that. Exactly which side, I don't know, so I just try to make a path that I believe would not step on anybody, because that is not my thing. I don't want to step on graves. And I'm going to let you guys take a look here before it dies. And y'all, this thing is probably 12, 15 feet tall. Here we go. Make it easier for you guys to see. Okay, so my battery is going to die, guys. I'm warning you. It just told me it's at 20%. But here's the Furman grave. And there will be a story on, if you're not following me on YouTube, make sure you follow me on YouTube, because I'm going to tell you all the conspiracy theories. This is actually patterned after one of the Greek buildings over in Athens. And don't ask me which one, so good luck to me. I will not get it right. But this, I hear people talking. I don't know who they are, but I hear them. That's kind of freaky. Wind carries voices, doesn't it? I'll let you take a look at this. Furman grave again. And they've been doing some work here, and they left some litter because this tree has come down right here. But it's a very, very elaborate grave. It is actually the biggest grave in Mount Olivet, and y'all, she, in her will, Mrs. Furman said that it was to be sculpted and brought over, and they were to spend no less than, they could spend more because she had millions that she gave away to Vanderbilt, and that the family fought over, but no less than $750,000 at that time, which today would be a few million, because she died in 1900, so you got to think about that. You got to think about the time value of money. But they're actually buried here on the ground. They're not buried inside of that. So if you guys want to hear the story about this, make sure you're following me on YouTube. That's a story that's going to take me probably a half hour, 45 minutes to tell you all the details about. And I have lots and lots of details because I've been studying it for a while. But really interesting grave. Not hard to find if you come to Mount Olivet and you're in Nashville. Definitely come check it out. But like I said, remember, they're buried in the ground here, not inside that. All right, well guys, I've got to go back towards my car and hook my phone up. And hook my phone up and then head out for a little bit. I've got some other errands I've got to run today, but hopefully you guys have enjoyed the walking through with me. If you guys do, definitely let me know. Go and comment on my videos and say yes, or my last video and say yes, I want to see more of these, because I'd be happy to take you guys around. And I'll try to have my little portable battery charge so that we can do it a little longer next time. I did explore several of these and videotape several of these. So it just said it's at 10%. So let me see if I can flip around here. I can't see enough without the sun out here is so bright today. So I'm going to do it this way. It's good to see you guys. I should be posting regularly again. I've got to do a little research, but it should be back to regular posting. And I hope you guys are all having a fantastic Sunday. I have a 3-day weekend this next weekend, so I will try to do another live this coming weekend. I don't know if I'll be here at another cemetery, but I'll try to do another live. And you guys, let me see what we're saying. Thank you for the roses. Y'all are very sweet. Jennifer, I'm not sure what you said that was sad. Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. Tombstones are taking a long time. I had to look for one for my fiance, and when I went to inquire about it, they were telling me 6 months out. It's craziness. They can't get all the materials because of COVID. So hopefully you'll get it soon, and I'm so sorry about your loss. I am. Thanks for checking on the YouTube. Absolutely. My YouTube is the stories beneath, just like everything is exactly the same, guys. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, it's all the stories beneath. I tried to make it simple. So, oh, I'm so sorry. That's awful. We appreciate his service. I know we all do. As police officers, they really put it on the line. So, we absolutely appreciate his service. Cheers. Michaela? There's no L in there. Well, cheers. So, all right. Well, I will talk to you guys soon. Have a fantastic Sunday. And I'll talk to you a little later. All right. Bye, guys.